the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council.
Good Thursday morning, Jonesboro. This is meteorologist Tim Root with your KLEK 102.5 forecast. Winter weather advisory for this morning, occasional snow, maybe an additional inch or so, and the temperatures with some sunshine developing this afternoon in the low 40s. Mostly clear overnight, 25 to 32. You'll be in the low to mid-50s, a nice warm-up Friday, mostly sunny. And Saturday, mostly sunny, about 55 to 60. And temperatures Sunday with a chance of rain showers will be in the low 50s. Your life, your music, we're KLEK 102.5 FM.
From Feature Story News, I'm Natalie Powell with your latest world news. A Brexit summit will take place on the 25th of November after the European Union and UK agreed a draft withdrawal bill. But there are warnings that there's still a great deal of work ahead on both sides. The US Deputy National Security Advisor has been forced out of her position following a row with First Lady Melania Trump. And Bangladesh sparks concern and confusion over whether it's likely to send Rohingya refugees back to Myanmar.
It's 9:01.
KLEK LP Jonesboro, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council. It's now time for Community Conversations, a program focusing on the people working to make the Jonesboro community a better place, while offering viewpoints from all sides of the issues. The views expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of KLEK 102.5 FM, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council, or our underwriters or sponsors.
KLEK 102.5 FM, good morning to you on your Thursday. It's November 15, 2018. This is Community Conversations. Kato Wonder is in the studio with you. I'm filling in for Quabila today. Quabila will not be in, as this is the Thursday in which she does her lymphedema meeting at Health South, and we definitely hope that all that goes good. Turn down the volume just a little bit on the live stream. But we are joined in the studio today by Mr. Andrew Daley. Andrew is a local photographer, the owner of, now how do you pronounce it? It's spelled E-J-J-I, but how do you pronounce it?
It's pronounced Edgy.
It's pronounced Edgy. Come up to the mic just a little bit closer. All right, so he is the owner of Edgy Studios, and of course, as our policy, because we are a non-commercial station, this interview is not to actually promote his business, but to actually talk about something that is near and dear that he is bringing to the community. And he is actually doing a donation drive to raise money to assist high school seniors and coming up with the expenses so that they can have the things that they need for a successful senior year, to kind of help defray some of the cost of the things that they've got going on. So Andrew, just kind of tell a little bit about, first of all, what inspired this idea?
Well, I was kind of inspired because growing up, senior year was a hard year because you got so much that you want to purchase, so many things that you kind of feel that you have to purchase. You got invitations, cards, yearbooks, scrapbooks, and senior pictures, which is, for me, it was one of the most expensive things, was trying to get senior pictures done. So the way I grew up was like, I'm working, but it still really couldn't afford the senior pictures that everybody else had. So I was like, let's give back. Let's help some people out with senior pictures. Okay, and we were talking a little bit about off the air about some of the things that are involved with taking senior pictures. And one thing people may not realize, it's not just the cost of the pictures themselves, which you in this case are donating your services to these kids, but it's the hair, the makeup, the wardrobe, and some of the other things. So kind of touch up on that a little bit. Well, I know that with senior pictures, with anybody, anytime you're taking pictures, you want clothes, you want your hair done, you want a haircut. Those are just things that we kind of want. And so I want to take it a step further, besides just doing senior pictures. I was like, let's help meet the need, the all-around need, because I've talked to some of the families that, you know, people kind of suggested. Some of the things that we take for granted, it's like they don't have. And so I really wanted to help just with the all-around need of like getting outfits, hair, makeup, clothes, you know, things that you need for the pictures, because you don't want just your regular everyday clothes in your senior pictures. Well, absolutely. Oh, excuse me, because these are pictures that you're going to look back on when you're older, even exactly. If you live to be elderly, you're going to look back on it. So you only get one time to actually take them, and of course you want them to be live. Now, of course, I did mention we can't actually promote your business, but I'm going to just say this. Andrew is very talented. He is very creative. If you've ever seen his work, you'll know what I'm talking about. And the pictures that he takes definitely are pictures that are definitely memorable. So we definitely are thankful that he is giving back. Let's go ahead and go into our Facebook live feed, in which, by the way, you can leave your comments
on our Facebook live feed, or you can give us a call at 870-277-1080. Again, that phone number is 870-277-1080. And we had a couple shout-outs already. Shout out to S.L. Robinson, who says, "Good morning, Drew, #icon." And shout out to Quabila Jones. Quabila, if you can drop the, because I know that you have the link, if you can drop that URL link for people to donate in the comments, and then we can pin that. So Q, drop that link in the comments for me. Also, shout out to Dr. Kimberly Davis and Pamela Carter-Larry, who says, "That's awesome." Dr. Sharice Jones-Branch says he does excellent work, and Pamela Carter-Larry also agrees he does great work. So as you see, your fans are speaking for yourself. I'm gonna mess with you just a little bit now. Before we got on the air, he said he was a little nervous about being on the radio. I'm like, you being nervous? But he's all smiles here. He's all smiles in the studio. So let's kind of talk about you just a little bit. What made you actually get into photography?
Man, back in the day at ASU, we started a group called Public Perception Style Entourage, and what it was it was like a modeling entourage, but our purpose was to build self-esteem and confidence among us in our community. So I needed a photographer, and I couldn't find anybody that took pictures like I was seeing them. So I just kind of started dabbling with it.
So you were self-taught?
Self-taught.
Okay. Well, that's amazing, again, considering the level of talent that you had. So obviously that gift was always within you. You just had to kind of learn, the technical bits of how to operate the camera. And then once you got that down pat, your creativity just took over. Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the biggest things that changed my life as a photographer was Dr. Ziblik. And I remember taking a photography class at ASU, and I'm like, I'm getting ready to go to class. This man puts his hand out and told me, "What are you doing here?" And I'm like, "I'm here for class." And one of the things that I remember well that he told me was, "I've seen your work." And I'm like, you've been looking at my work? You seen mine? And he was like, don't change your style. Always be you. Learn the rules and learn how to break them. And I kind of took that to heart and just went with it.
Well, that's great, and that's great. Okay, we have the link on our live feed for you to donate, and it is GoFundMe.com/helping-families-with-seniors. In fact, Q, I know I'm asking you to do a lot. Q, go ahead and put that on our website, so that way they can just go to klkfm.org and they can link direct to this. Now, how many kids are you hoping to help with this fundraiser?
Right now we have 6. We have 6 that people reached out, gave us their information, kind of gave us a backstory on what's going on, and we have 6. Basically everybody that applied, we was like, I couldn't turn them away.
Okay.
So,
and you are seeking $500, right?
Yes, $500. It's kind of for the people with a major need. Like, you have those that just can't afford to take pictures. They got the clothes, but then you have those that really, they have a major need.
They can't afford the pictures, the clothes, or anything.
And I want to help them out. I just want to see it done.
All right, so that's not a lot to ask for, just $500. In fact, I'm sure some of you people that are balling in our live feed probably just write a check for $500 and just go and make sure that these 6 kids have all that they need. Now, what if, because let's be ambitious, what if, let's say you get 1,000 or 2,000, will you take more kids?
One of the things I will do, either if there's more that apply, I'll do for more kids. If not, I will donate somewhere else and give it to them, or help with prom, or there's other needs that I know always arise in the community. So kind of put it towards the next need.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. We're speaking with Mr. Andrew Daley, owner of Edgy Studios. He is doing a fundraiser event to help seniors in the class of 2019 afford the materials that they need for successful senior pictures. And if you have any questions or comments for Mr. Daley, you can give us a call at 870-277-1080. Again, that phone number is 870-277-1080. Or you can leave your questions and your comments on our Facebook Live feed. And getting back to our live feed, Dr. Kimberly Davis leaves lots of love. Dr. Sharice Jones-Branch says, "My brother Lewis Jones is a self-taught photographer as well." And Quabila asked, what has been the feedback from previous senior client, and what impact has a photo shoot made on their lives?
Man, a lot of them I try to keep. I'm that person. I don't out what I'm doing for them, but I think some of the things that touch me the most is when the parent comes and they're so grateful and appreciative. And like one lady was literally in tears. She cried the whole shoot telling me thank you. And I'm like, this is what talent is for. This is why I have this gift, is to help others. It's not just about paying the bills and making money. There's times that people need help, and that's my job.
And you actually just answered Kwabila's next question on what has the feedback been from the parents. And Shayna File, gives a thumbs up. S.L. Robson says, this isn't the first time Drew has done something like this for the community. Shout out to my frat brother, Brad Dillon. And Kwabila says, what impact does it have on you, the photographer?
Man, I love it. I love what I do. Just all around love what I do. A lot of times I look at what I do, a lot of times it ends up being ministry. Like there's time that people come in broken or their self-esteem is low, and by the time I finish, it's like, woo, we done created something. So I just love what I do. I mean, it's all about photography, creating, helping people, building self-esteem, showing people how I see them.
Well, like I was mentioning off the air, I said one of these days I'm gonna have to get me an edgy shoot. And you told me the fee. Now we can't mention the fee on the radio, but one of these days I'm gonna actually come up off of that, and because I want to get a little bit of edge to myself. Now I told Andrew I can't be half naked like some of them models on there, because because of my position in the community. But I kind of want to see what kind of edge Andrew hook up on. See what he can do a little old country boy like me. Let's go ahead and get back into our live feed. Shanika Brandon says, "Hey Drew."
Hey.
Oh, Q. See, look, Q wants something too. So Q, we may have to come up off. We're gonna have to come up off some money to get Q a shoot as well. And Dr. Sharice Jones Brandt says that's so wonderful. But getting kind of more into a serious note, and I'm gonna ask this question as I look. If you look behind you on the wall at some of the black and white photos, those were actually those two were taken by Rogerlyn Johnson, the two on the right, who was a photographer in Helena who took pictures from I think the 40s up until when he died in 1996. And several of those pictures have been documented to show the history of Helena, Arkansas at a time when there weren't that many black photographers. And of course you also have Ernest Withers, who did the same thing in Memphis, Tennessee. So as a photographer, how do you see your role, not just in taking pictures of people, but in actually documenting history, especially when you stand on the shoulders of photographers that came before you?
I think one of my major things is to show us the beauty in us. A lot of times we look at ourselves and we don't see what other people see, obviously, because almost everything we do is iconic. Everything we do becomes a trend. So just showing us the value and the beauty in us, that's my biggest thing. I want us to see how beautiful we are.
Well, absolutely. Shanika Brandon says all of KLEK should do a photo shoot together for marketing. You know what? I like that idea. We're going to talk about that one when we get off the air, see if we can work something out on that one. We are speaking with Mr. Andrew Daley, owner of Edgy Studios, talking about his donation drive for Seniors 2019. And you can give us a call at 870-277-1080. Again, that phone number is 870-277-1080. And Kwabila says, that is my dream, in response to Shanika. Well, like I said, I'm gonna holler at Andrew about that when we get off the air. We might can make something like that happen. So, kind of getting back into your career, you mentioned earlier that you started at A-State, that you saw a need that wasn't being fulfilled, and you jumped in. And what other advice did Dr. Ziblatt give you, along with Dr. Tate, who I think is the current photography professor?
Well,
or for any photographers of that mind.
I think most of them just tell me that my light, keep lighting the way I like, because I think one of the biggest things, especially with Dr. Ziblatt, he always pushed me. He always told me to keep going. I mean, I remember running to his wife in the hallway, and she's like, "Oh my God, you're him." And I'm like, "Who?" She's like, "Every night my husband wants me to look at your work." And she started laughing. I'm like, to feel that the love, or that people actually seeing what I do, that right there is amazing.
Absolutely. And like I said, there are lots of people who watch your work, and I am one of them. And we got some more comments on the live feed. Shout out to Shanquetta Cunningham, and Shanika Brandon says, "I'll invoice you for that idea later." Well, I don't know now. You don't be adding too much to the. I already got to pay the man. Now you try to add a little bit more to it. Corey Mills says, "Drew is an artist." Absolutely.
Thank you, sir.
And so, getting into my next question. what do you see coming up next for you?
Oh, can't give y'all all the secrets yet.
Well,
but
we're not asking for secrets, but
there's some things we do have coming up. But next, of course, prom is coming up. I want to be a help with prom. I want to do the show again with BSA and Multicultural Affairs. We did a
That's right, y'all did do a fashion show.
That was amazing. So I definitely want to work with them again. I got a lot of stuff coming up that I'm working on. So
okay, and one thing that Andrew was going to work on, but unfortunately did not come to pass. We were going to have our Miss KLEK scholarship pageant. I know Allie had spoken with you and had worked something out with you to do the photos of the contestants, which I'm disappointed because I was looking forward to seeing how that was going to turn out. But you know, we may one day revisit that idea, and hopefully you'll be willing to help us with that as well. Quabila has a couple more questions. Does Andrew currently mentor up and coming photographers? And have you ever considered teaching a class or starting a mentoring program specifically geared towards, can't read the rest, say younger photographers?
I don't really just mentor photographers. I've done some mentoring with like other business owners. That's one of my biggest things, like other business owners, period. New business owners, young business owners, people that's trying to start. So that's one thing I've done quite a bit of lately, is like mentoring with that, helping them know what to look out for, know their worth, stuff like that.
Oh, absolutely. And that's definitely good, because it's definitely helpful, especially when you have new businesses. Because I'll just use us as an example. I had a background in the commercial radio form. You know, I worked at a traditional station that sold commercials and all of that. But when it came time to start this, because the FCC mandated it to be non-commercial and be owned by a non-profit entity, so I had to pretty much start over as far as learning how to manage a non-profit, learning non-commercial radio and the challenges that come with not being able to sell traditional commercials. And you know, there was a big learning curve, and it was learning on the job. And it was, since there was no template for that, you know, kind of had to make it up as I went. So being able to get any kind of help, any kind of mentoring definitely is helpful. Let's go back into the live feed. This mug is jumping. Let's see. Shanquetta Cunningham says, hi, it is Blue, LOL. I donated and happy to support this cause.
Thank you.
And again, Quabila is going to have a link on our website where you can click and be able to donate to help support Andrew, as he wants to help at least 6 seniors get all of the stuff they need for successful senior portraits and just overall successful senior 19. You know, if not with pictures, maybe can help with prom dresses or with any other expenses, class rings. Do people still get class rings? I don't know. All right. Shanika Brandon says that show was awesome. S.L. Robson says fashion show part 2, please. Danette Strons and Jessica Nash both leave lots of hearts and lots of love. So we definitely appreciate each and every one of you for checking in on our live feed. DJ King Vic is also on our live feed. Appreciate you checking in, DJ King Vic. So Andrew, do you actually network with any of the other photographers around town? Do y'all ever get together and just bounce ideas off each other?
That's actually something that I really am trying to work on, because I think in Jonesboro as a whole, there's a lot of talent, a whole lot of talent, and that I'm always finding out, but we don't know each other. So I'm trying to create a way for us to connect and meet up and get to know each other, because it's so many talented people, and there's really no outlet for the talent. Like, I know artists. What do you do with your art besides draw and keep it at home? If you're a singer, besides singing at church, what other events can they perform at? There's a lot of stuff. There's a big void for artists in Jonesboro.
Well, that's definitely true. And of course, we're willing to do what we can here at KLEK to assist. You know, that's one of the things that we do with this show and with the station in general. You know, we try to provide a platform for the community to come together, as you mentioned, to showcase their talents. And that's why I invited you to come onto the program. I actually found out about your fundraiser. S.L. Robinson actually shared it, and I thought, you know, this is good. And so I reached out to you, I inboxed you, said, hey, would you like to come on to talk about it? And here you are. And that's how we do it here at KLEK. Quabila says, sounds like an event and award show in the making. See, these ideas are just bouncing all over the place. All right, so let's kind of recap, because we got about 4 minutes left. And for those tuning in, want to make sure that we highlight what is going on. So once again, just tell them a little bit about the fundraiser, your goals, what you're trying to accomplish.
My goal is to help, because I'm already going to donate the shoots, so we're not worried about the shoots, but it's more so the other needs that come with photo shoots, the outfits and wardrobe and you hair, you makeup, that kind of stuff. I want to help with the additional need, and if there's overflow, we're going to help with some more needs. And also, can I please tell everybody thank you for the donations for the Black Panther thing we did earlier in the spring.
Definitely.
Our goal was 50 students, and we ended up taking 140 students. We doubled what we tried to raise, and I really appreciate you guys for that, because it was amazing. The kids loved it, and there's a video I'll probably repost again today so you can kind of see the thank you from the kids.
And I remember that Amberly Knowlton helped spearhead that, and she was in touch with us, and I gave her some leads for people to contact for sponsorships for that. And of course, we'll be happy to do that again. I'm sure there's going to be a Black Panther 2 coming out in a few years. And of course, there will be other movies as well. Speaking of movies, have you ever thought about venturing off into video?
I do a little video. I actually do. I play around with video. But I've been so busy that I don't really have time to get into it how I would like to. But I love doing video. I love video.
Okay. You're going to give Shanika some ideas. All right. Once again, we are speaking with Mr. Andrew Daley, owner of Edgy Studios. He is doing a fundraiser to help seniors in the class of 2019. And, of course, we will have that link on our website. If you are on our Facebook Live feed, the link is actually posted in the comments on how you can donate. The goal is just $500. And how close are we to meeting that goal?
Before the show, I just checked, we was at 150.
150. So that's 350. Dr. Branch, why don't you just go and write that check? And I'm sure Dr. Branch, and along with several of our other supporters, will happily donate and support as well. Kabila Jones says, are you taking service donations? In other words, if you can't donate money, maybe somebody can help donate their time, help you.
Sure. We were always taking service donations. If you do makeup, which I'm looking at talking to some of them anyway, if you do makeup and you want to donate your time, hair, anything. I mean, if there's something you can do to help, you own a boutique, get at me. Let me know.
Give them the contact information.
You can email me at www.ejji.studios@gmail.com. edgy.studios@gmail.com. Or you can go to my website, www.edgystudios.com, and there's a link there to contact me.
Alrighty, so there you have it from the man himself. Keandria Border says, yes, yes, yes. S.L. Robinson says, this makes my heart smile. Shout out to Billie Jean Rogers. Keandria Border says, Drew, and gives a muscles up, and looks like that's the Kappa sign. Tashonda Whitfield says, so proud of Drew. Quibila Jones said nail. So, Quibila, are you going to donate your nail tech services? S.L. Robinson says, we love you, Drew, with the blue heart.
Thank you. I love you.
And Quibila posts the link on our Facebook live feed. Once again, we are speaking with Andrew Daley, owner of Edgy Studios. He is doing a fundraiser to help seniors in the class of 2019. Please share this video because we want to help these students have a graduation and senior pictures and all of the other things that they need that will help make sure that their year is successful. Danette Strom says, Team Drew, with a little... Man, these emojis, I can't even describe all these emojis. Billie Jean Rogers says, great job, Drew. Keisha Hagan says, hey, Drew.
Thank you.
So you definitely got fans out there. And of course, to Shanika, we're going to definitely see about that KLEK shoot as well. Billie Jean Rogers said, hey, Legansy. Hey, Billy. Rockets says, hey, twin. So definitely a lot of feedback. Tashonda Whitfield says, I'm donating. Let us all say that. Okay, so Tashonda has challenged y'all. Who's going to donate? All right, we're going to get ready to get up off of here. But again, share this video. Go to our website. We will have the link where you can donate on there. You can also go on Andrew's site, which is Edgy, EJJI Studios.com. You guys have a great and blessed day. This is Kate, LEK, 102.5 FM.
Thank you for listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM, a program focusing on the people working to make the Jonesboro community a better place while offering